Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Zakila, the owner of Carter's Candles, and today we are talking about flashpoints. What flashpoints are, they are listed on your fragrance bottles right here where it says flashpoint. I believe reading this backwards that this says 163 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're just going to talk a little bit more about what that means. I have 3 different fragrances. Persimmon, all these fragrances are from Candle Science. This has a flash point of 163, 184, and 235. So you can see there's different ranges to flash points. So let's get in. So if you're on your candle making journey, then you have seen flash points when you are buying your fragrances. When I first started, I thought that if I heated those fragrances to 200 degrees, 212, 168, any of those fragrances, that my candles would just explode, like everything would just explode, catch on fire. But that's not exactly what it is. The point of a fragrance is the temperature at which it can ignite if it is exposed to an open flame or spark. So when you're making your candles, you want to make sure that you are not having fires by your oils when it's heating up, because those oils will explode. For the most part, people don't need to worry about this unless you have things in the atmosphere that may ignite a spark from your fragrance. Keep in mind that the flash point is not the temperature of what a specific fragrance should be added to your wax for. That is not the flash point at all. Also note that when you have your wax heated up to 200 and you have a fragrance flash point of 163, that has nothing to do with your flash point. That is totally a-okay. I would be most concerned about flash point if I was working with gel fragrances or shipping oils by air. Otherwise, I don't think you have too much to worry about. Just be sure to read your guidelines and stay safe. Now that we went over that the flash point is not when you need to add the fragrance to your wax, I want to make it very clear that there are different types of waxes, and certain waxes have to be heated to a certain temperature, and you just formulate that on your own. You test it out, just make sure that you are doing what works for you and not what someone else said. I also just want, so again, where it says 182, you do not need to add this to your wax at 182 degrees. You do not need to add this at 235. That would be honestly way too hot. Unless you're working with a wax that I've never worked with, there's no reason to add it to 235. There's no reason to be heating. Different waxes needed to be heated to different temperatures before adding your fragrance oils. So if you have soy wax, coconut soy, apricot, soy 44, soy 46, soy 415, any type of wax, just make sure that you are heating it up to the recommended guidelines and then testing it. Your fragrances are important. Sometimes when you add it too late or it's just too much, you get to see these little wet dots, wet bubbles on your candle. I believe if you do light that candle like that, you will be exposing it to its flash point, and then that could be a very dangerous situation. So if you see that you made a candle and the batches came out without smooth tops and they look a little funky and they look wet after they're already set and cured, please do not light that candle. Maybe try to heat it down and just make sure that the oil isn't exposed, because again, the flash point, once it is introduced to an open flame, it could be real trouble, and you do not. Candles can be very frustrating. I encourage you to get a heat gun to smooth out all those imperfections, and hopefully that makes your batch look a lot better. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoyed, and let me know your thoughts about flash points and if you had any problems with it. Bye.